Until the end, boys, until the end. Vamos!
Every minute, huh? Every minute can be the most important one. Come on, have faith. Have faith and energy. Come on.
Let's score some goals.
Keep on going, Lex!
Come on, lads. We can do this.
Ah, that's how we win! Madrid! Your instinct does not fail. The time has come to see who dominates whom. The dragon that stands in your way, or you. But if you think about it, it's just an obstacle. An opportunity to overcome your limits. And remember that to beat your opponent, you must look him in the eye. No matter how big and strong it is, there is always a way to defeat him.
Quarterfinal number 3.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid is the home team in the first leg of this quarterfinal 3.
Manchester City.
And Real Madrid will take on the title holders of Manchester City.
If you get to choose, you would want it for a final.
We know playing City is very difficult.
And you suffer a lot.
That's the strongest opponent there is in that competition.
The question is whether Real Madrid have learnt their lesson after last year.
To have a chance in Manchester now means winning in the Bernabeu.
The match is going to be tough, and not just for Real Madrid.
Back at home, they are very strong. So at first it sucks, if I'm honest, to play against City.
With all those ghosts around Valdebebas, around the Bernabeu, people are already saying, gosh, they're going against Manchester City again.
We're playing the team that gave us a hard time last season. Life's like that, and so is football. You always have the chance to change what happened, but with motivation, enthusiasm, and the will, above all, to have that revenge.
Victory for Manchester City, who qualify for the final.
Logically, in sport, there is such a thing as stage fright. When you go back to a situation where you've been beaten in the past, it's bound to happen.
They play very flashy football. Everyone knows each other, where they have to play. They've known each other for many years.
City try to dominate as much as possible during a match. In the end, what it does is unsettle the opposition.
When City finally won the Champions League, I think we all get that feeling that, look, something that was blocking them is now unlocked.
The Champions League has a new king, Manchester City.
Is City the best team at the moment?
This is a perfect and sky blue machine.
When City's ball came up in the draw, the first reaction was, is this for real? Does this have to be so hard? Can't we just wait for the final? It's God's will.
Real Madrid had won absolutely every single game of that season. The only black spot was the derby. But when they get to the Leipzig game, I think that all the doubts came up. And worse still, Manchester City.
I thought it wasn't enough to win the Champions League, not because of how the team played, that was looking good to me, but because of the string of injuries.
It was just too much bad luck that your best goalkeeper would have a cruciate ligament injury. You didn't have him for the whole season. You neither had Militao.
The gestures of Militao, worrying.
And now the other centre-back.
Watch out, watch out. I don't like
just
at all
what
how
we
David
needed,
looks.
just what we need.
And it's in that landscape that they're facing the team with the best attack in the world. Will Madrid be able to stop their attacking avalanche? With all these problems, with all these difficulties they have.
When the season started, there was a fear around Rudiger because of Militao's absence. It wasn't certain whether Rudiger can really play that role. Worse still, Alaba also got injured, so there was a lot of pressure on Rudiger.
I think everybody was afraid of what Haaland could do against Real Madrid. But there was Carlo Ancelotti to tell Antonio Rudiger, all yours.
When the situation's drastic, people made of plastic. All the right conditions for us to create a classic.
Rudiger, we know him. He is a madman, and he loves it.
Mad militant, mind state killing, filled in the verse, programmed to disperse on my command.
Outside of the pitch, I like to have fun. I like to have a good vibe and make people laugh and smile. But when it gets on the pitch, yeah, I'm serious and I will do everything to win.
I don't fight the feeling. I roll up to the lab with my pad and start killing.
He's an exceptional player. Defensively, he's very strong. He helps the team a lot.
He crosses, hits Rudiger, he gets it away. Oh, Rudiger! Rudiger! Antonio!
Everyone says Antonio Rudiger is crazy. You're crazy about winning more titles with Real Madrid, aren't you?
Well, a little crazy, but always positive. This team is not a team for me. It's a big family.
That player that goes all out for his team. A typical player that also creates a good atmosphere. That positive dynamic. And I think that for the big teams like Real Madrid, that's what's needed.
Come on, 2, come on, 3, hip-hop like it's supposed to be.
For me, the Champions League is very important. We know the importance of this tournament, Champions League for the club, and it doesn't mean nothing if we don't get further.
The reaction from a lot of the fans was, if we have to make amends to last year's humiliation, let it be as soon as possible. If we have to decide who is going to challenge the dominance in Europe, and whether we are really facing a change of the guard, and if Guardiola's team, as he believes, could really inherit Madrid's European greatness, let's see it on the pitch.
Vamos a verlo sobre el campo.
Greetings and welcome to the Champions League. Welcome to the Santiago Bernabeu. We have a great game here tonight. The match kicks off at the Bernabeu. He takes a shot and Bernardo Silva surprises Madrid with the finish.
The match starts with a big slap in the face. Barely out of the dressing room, and City are already beating you at your ground.
It looked like it could be a landslide.
Well, now I have one more challenge. If I didn't have enough already, now I've got another one.
You can already start to hear the rumbling in the Bernabeu.
Vinicius and Rodrigo have to step up. It's time for the big players.
Real Madrid were able to bounce back very well. They knew how to be strong in their stadium.
Here goes Camavinga. Watch out! Goal, 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 goal! Madrid goal!
It was a special feeling because I don't score very often. The first thing I thought about was my family. They were at the stadium.
I remember that in this game, the coach changed my position a bit. Vinny played more on the inside and I played more on the left.
Carlo Ancelotti makes a decision that unsettles the City defence and turns Real Madrid into a deep team, into a very dangerous team.
There's Rodrigo. Rodrigo's coming inside the box. Rodrigo's on his own. Rodrigo!
The ball took a while to go in. It was very slow. The whole stadium's waiting and then it went in. It was a special moment for me.
Manchester City actually got into their rival's area a lot, but Haaland didn't have many options. Rudiger was able to hold off the Norwegian giant. Everyone was afraid of Haaland, but not Rudiger.
Well, there it is again, the fight between the two gladiators, Haaland and Rudiger. Foul now from Rudiger.
It's good as a defender to stop this type of player because he's an important player for Manchester City and very dangerous.
Well, there he is. Jude can shoot. Another comeback. A pity. Jude out. Error at the stop for City. Bernardo faces Mendy. Touches it down the middle. Stones for Foden.
What a goal.
He goes inside the area, makes it 1 against 2. The ball back. The shot from the edge of the area is possible. A goal for City.
Down 3-2 against a great team like Manchester City at the Bernabeu. Knowing that there's a return match on their soil, it was getting increasingly difficult. That dream of continuing to win titles at Real Madrid, including the Champions League, seemed to vanish very quickly.
We were playing well in that match, but they scored 2 goals very quickly, and that changed the whole game. And we knew we were going to suffer a lot in order to win this match.
Luca gets there, opens to the left where Vinicius is. Vinny crosses it, sets it up for Valverde, who's coming up there. Here comes the shot. Goal! Yes! Oh, yeah!
On a break by Vinny, I think he saw me and well, he crossed down the middle and I came in at the far post. And well, for me the goal was something very special.
The Madridista gene comes out, the one to fight to the end.
With this goal, we've relaxed a bit more and could go to City with a draw. Anything can happen, and especially in this kit.
Final whistle, the end of the match.
They played a great game at the Bernabeu, and we conceded 3 goals. I did not like it. City came to the Bernabeu and have not controlled the pitch as they wanted. But there is a feeling that, look, we left here with 3 goals, and now we're taking them to a place where we have total control.
Good result. I have too high an opinion of this Real Madrid team to think we are going to come here to play flowery games. This is a tough business. They're very good, and I'll take this result. It's still wide open, and we'll try to resolve it at home.
Considering what had happened the year before, it was an exercise in survival.
Manchester City have a very defined way of playing. And last year, we saw a multifaceted Madrid.
Last season, of course, what with these major injuries, seemed a bit dismal. But the whole group was more together. So I think that the great generals, the great leaders are those who are strong in adversity, in difficulty.
It's true that we now have this feeling of being in a family here, and this helps a lot. Relationships.
You know she got flavor, and you know she got sweet and savor. Got it like, and you know she got sweet and savor.
Maybe a lot of this history that Real Madrid has created in the last few years is down to the great atmosphere that exists. I'd like to thank them all for the great teamwork they've done.
It's been a very special group. Even the people who've played very little have contributed a lot. Ceballos, Brahim, Kepa, Joselu.
There has been no ego when there's been comradeship, agility, and I think that's what makes this club different.
Ciao. We all get along incredibly well. We make jokes, we never stop talking. There are days when I could go home earlier, but I prefer to spend it here. So what if I get home late?
Replace the I with we. That's what I've always tried to convey as captain in the Spanish national team. And it was also what they told me when I arrived at Real Madrid.
The basis of the success was the solidarity between all. And in the end, the depth of the team made it so that at opportune moments in important matches, if someone's not there, another would be able to come in and score. It's very noticeable that we're all pulling in the same direction.
Always with humility and a lot of respect, which the coach likes. A lot of me for you and you for me. No egos. A very united, very, very happy dressing room.
That's how we win! Madrid!
This team is very special. Seriously.
And the main person responsible for the management of all this is Carlo Ancelotti.
What does Carlo Ancelotti lose most sleep over?
Nothing. I take care of my sleep. I take care of my sleep. If I ate too much tonight, maybe I won't sleep that well. I have a lot of my confidence in my team, in my players, in what we have done in this season.
He's much more concerned when the atmosphere around him is relaxed. When there's a high-pressure environment, he is able to relax.
Is the statistic good for the fans? I firmly believe that the records are there to be broken.
I do remember this week as being a more tense week throughout the year.
Madrid have never won at the Etihad, and it doesn't look like this is going to be the time this changes.
Those were the days we did a lot of tactical training, a lot of video watching.
City are going to lay siege to Madrid just like last year, I have no doubt.
That week was different. You could sense in the atmosphere that it was a time where people wanted to reverse the situation.
So the bookmakers have City as heavy favourites.
A team that have gone 5 years, a whole 5 years, without losing a league game at home.
City is the clear favourite, but if they make the same mistakes, Madrid will not forgive.
It's the quarterfinals, but everyone considers it to be a final. Much anticipated. It's City at home.
Hello, Madridistas, and welcome to the Etihad Stadium. Well, it does not get much bigger than this.
I remember we came out motivated. We knew the importance of the match, that it was a one-off match. It was a final. The previous year's game came to mind.
Two best teams in the world, the two favourites meeting in the quarterfinals.
We are going to suffer. Maybe also lose, because you could still lose at home.
They're very strong. They're coming out on top. But if we manage to make it a long night, we might have a chance.
In the first few minutes, Real Madrid are very well positioned, not in a low block, trying to get to City's goal.
Bellingham goes, tries a 1-2. Oh, and he certainly manages to recover well.
Come on, Vinny. Here comes Vinny. Inside the box from Vinny. Rodrigo! Goal! Rodrigo, goal!
Games against City are a bit special for me. I always seem to make a mark. Something always happens, and there, I scored again.
We took the lead, and it's true that the game changed radically afterwards. We had to fall back, all the players defending at the back and bailing out the water, so to speak.
To be able to score that goal so early on, I don't even know if it was a good thing, because it was like it made them play twice as hard.
Here is Kevin De Bruyne. Takes the shot and forces a good save from Andre Lunin.
Grealish, Silva takes a shot. Rudiger clears the way and starts haranguing everyone.
Unexpected heroes appear suddenly. Antonio Rudiger and Andre Lunin.
Grealish, he takes a shot. Grealish. He recovers it and it's left to Bernardo Silva. Crosses in. Haaland.
I don't know how many corners Manchester City had that day, how many times they got into the opposition's area, how many great saves Lunin made.
Great strike and what a save!
I could see all my teammates defending. We were giving our all in every move. City were getting more and more desperate as the minutes passed, and they realised they weren't scoring.
Look out! There's Nacho! Oh, lucky!
But our feeling was that if we were such a solid block that we could hold on, we were going to pull it out of the bag.
De Bruyne gets the ball, crosses it inside.
Well done, Looney!
I suffered a lot. In the end, you try to get inspired by your teammates to go in and out as much as possible to run, to collaborate.
You had the feeling that Real Madrid were not going to be able to contain that offensive whirlwind.
Doku, Valverde is in front of him. Doku comes out. Here comes the shot, it's blocked. Goal from De Bruyne.
After their equaliser, we lacked a bit of strength. We'd worked so hard already.
City score, and there's still plenty of time for them to get a second. And logic tells you that at some point, they'll get it.
The ball goes up. It's blocked. It goes to Haaland. Oh, and we're into extra time.
Free Daniele Orsato blows for full time, and we will go to extra time.
This kind of game kills you. It blows you up.
We were exhausted because they were on the ball a lot longer. We couldn't get our game going.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I usually do. I was suffering. Your legs hurt, your body hurts, your head doesn't give you enough time to think anymore. Because in moments of tiredness, you no longer have the same mental sharpness to finish the game.
The suffering, the pain, the exhaustion, all of that is part of the mental preparation of the footballer.
Extra time begins at Etihad Stadium.
I remember that Manchester City's attack, especially in the second half of extra time, was threatening.
It was a time when we got caught by the throat in their home ground, and we were there surviving.
Doku faces Lucas Vazquez. Doku passes to Kovacic.
Well done, Rudiger.
Rudiger intercepts City's ball.
I remember I was on the touchline warming up. Every time I seemed to see Pintus like that, Pintus said, we have to get through no matter what.
I was afraid. Holy cow, they're here.
There really were some tense moments on the bench.
Danger at the far post.
Brahim gets the ball. He sees Rudiger, crosses it.
Oh, Rudiger!
Sends it to the
And it's out.
With 2 minutes to go, Francesco tells me, come on, pick 5 penalty takers. Crap, I wanted to watch the game too, but I had to think, come on, let's forget about the game for a moment. Let's focus on the 5.
Final whistle. We go to penalties. Taking turns. Guardiola's scratching his head.
The game ends and we go to penalties. I tell my father, look, I've thought about this. For me, these 5 are the best.
In the end, a penalty shootout is not a physical exercise. It's a mentality test.
First penalty, Julian Alvarez.
Let's see which of the two. Orsato blows the whistle. Right leg for Julian Alvarez. He hits it inside.
Alvarez goes to the goalkeeper's left and converts.
Ederson between the sticks. Luka Modric for Real Madrid. Luka Modric is going to take it. Luka Modric! Stopped by Ederson. Advantage City at the start of the shootout.
At that point, after missing it, I got the ball and kicked it way up in the stands. And then when he was about to shoot the next ball for City, I think they looked for the ball a bit longer, and maybe that broke his concentration.
There's no ball for Bernardo Silva. He can't take it without a ball. There's the ref also saying, hello, the ball.
This really is strange. You have to give it back from the stand.
The penalty shootout against City all began in Vallecas. A few days before the tie with City, we played in Vallecas.
Pata tries to move off, goes inside the area, ball back, Trejo's left. Checking out an opportunity to score, getting past Eduardo Camavinga. Penalty in favour of Real.
Andri was in goal. We'd come to the conclusion that if Raúl de Tomàs took the penalty, he was going to aim for the middle. So Andri, please don't move. Stay still, stay calm, stay in the middle, and you'll catch it.
I was hesitating a bit, as it's the final shot. I was deciding if I should stay in the middle.
Come on, Lunin. Raúl de Tomàs, right leg.
Raúl de Tomàs did indeed aim the ball down the middle. But before Raúl came to kick it, Andri had already gone to the side. From there, we move on to the tie with City. Remember Vallecas. Stay still and don't move. With Bernardo Silva, don't move. You can't do anything else. And certainly he had his doubts.
It's a flip of a coin, isn't it?
Hanging in there. Hanging in there.
And here's Jude Bellingham.
I was dead on my feet at the end. I pretty much prepared myself for 20 minutes mentally that I was going to have to take a penalty, and I think it was another good way for me to show that I belong at the club. You know, I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to, you know, give up or show people that I'm not, you know, worthy of being here.
Bellingham takes it. Bellingham.
Goal, goal, goal! Oh, yes!
Up steps Mateo Kovacic.
We'd studied Mateo. I knew him. We had it under control. But when he goes to shoot, Antonio Rudiger was telling him and pointing to where he was going to shoot.
Here goes Mateo Kovacic to hit with his right foot. Lunin! Come on, Lunin! Oh, yes! Come
on, Lunin!
You have a Lucas or a Nacho, a Rudiger taking a penalty in a Champions League setting at the Etihad, and they get to the penalty spot and think, wow, I've got to take a penalty. This can't be happening to me. Or you can get there thinking, this is my moment.
Lucas Vázquez, this is a nervy one. Come on! Goal! Lucas, goal! Lucas! Foden, inside the box. Goal! Now's Nacho's turn. Come on, captain. He takes it. Goal! Come on, Nacho!
Lunin, Ederson. Ederson hits it. Left leg.
Goal. One more chance. Come on, Rudiger. Come on, Antonio.
Go, Rudiger. If Rudiger scores, Madrid in the semi-final.
Rudiger kicks it. Goal! 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 God bless you, my son! Rudiger! And Madrid is in the semi-final! Rudiger! Marco, Lucas, Nacho, well done, guys!
I was very happy how the things went, because if we remember the year before, we got the heavy defeat. So that's why I was relieved, and to score the final penalty to get us through to the semi-finals, it was something special.
I don't think I've lost once with Madrid on penalties, so that's where it was. I had a lot of confidence there. I don't know why.
That was our day. It was our day. It was our moment. The game ended there. And it was our turn to share that joy with the world.
Carlo Ancelotti that day proved again why he is the best coach for Real Madrid.
I think the Etihad game has shown all the qualities, characteristics of the struggle, the commitment, the attitude, the sacrifice.
Noonan, MVP!
For me, personally, it's been a pleasure to see all these attitudes in a team.
You're just full of adrenaline, you're full of pride, because obviously Man City are an amazing team, and to beat them means that, you know, you're going in the right direction to winning the trophy. You know, I feel like that was when the first time I thought, yeah, we've got a really good chance of winning.
The Bernabeu is special. It's a place that looks like it has to live dangerously. If not, it doesn't live.
The Champions League semi-finals, the last stop to reach Wembley.